Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You can be in a situation, right, where you can build some raised beds. You can build out the infrastructure. As you see here, we have several different structures here to raise or grow food. We got the flock out there, we got the trellises, and we're going to grow a lot of food this year. But what I wanted to talk about was, the cultivation of the soil and the importance of good, healthy soil. And where do I get my good, healthy soil from? How do I make it? How do I preserve it? What do I do? So I'm going to get into detail about that. First and foremost, we understand the importance of soil. The Messiah has given us numerous examples via his parables about good soil, good ground, because we understand that in order to get a good development, a good growth of healthy roots, and into a healthy plant that will bear good fruit, you're going to need good soil. It is critical because, again, you can build up something nice and beautiful and you can grow food, right? But you got to make sure that your soil is good. So, with all that being said, I know I'm long-winded, but it's important to understand the words that are being spoken. So what I do is I have a pasture because the scriptures talk about, pasture. And in that pasture, I raise chickens, sheep. Oh, we're about to get a couple of goats now. But those animals produce nutrients via their poop, and that gets blended in with the soil. Okay. What also gets blended in with the soil? This is just, it comes from right there. But this compromises of old soil, soil don't go bad, chicken shit, sheep shit, decomposed bones, decomposed rotting wood, coffee grounds, eggshells, wood ash, general composting of organic materials, deer carcasses, yes, sheep carcasses, all of that stuff comprises of what I do to make sure that the soil is nice and healthy and well cultivated. Because I'm telling you, I don't know if I didn't mix this up, but I mixed this up right here. I don't know if you see the difference. You see the difference? That's just laying. I mean, it's the same soil. I would just have to, show. But you see how black it is, how nice and dark and rich it is. This is what I grow it, and as a direct result, this is a perfect example. You see that? That's a bone there. That's a bone there. Because when I hunt the deer as well, after skinning it, I put the carcass in my raised bed. So I put them in a pile to decompose. And this is what I got. And this is a perfect example. You see that jawbone? That's a sheep. That could be a sheep or a deer jawbone. Okay? So this is what it consists of. And as a direct result of that, I get, all of the nitrogen, the phosphorus, the magnesium, the potassium, all of the materials, you see that? You see how rich that is? I get that as a direct result of hay, decomposing hay. These are all of the things that I add back into the garden that's produced here. Produced by them, by the flock, produced by the chickens, produced by the waste. We go ahead and we get after it. There's worms in there. I can give you a perfect example. Okay, let me do this one over here. Let me see if I can show you. You see? You see that? See, wherever I dig up, there's worms, because what is happening, and as well leaves, grass clippings, you see more bones. See, what you see happening is that there's a whole system that's taking place in here. What do you see here? You see them hairs? Those from a deer that I shot. And everything is decomposing in here. And you find as well the a good abundance of worms as well. Every time I dig in there, I can always find some worms right where I'm digging. There go one right there. But this is how we go about cultivating the soil, producing nice, good, rich, healthy soil. And this is self-sustaining. I mean, I don't have to buy this stuff. I don't have to buy fertilizers or anything like that, due to the simple fact that this soil that is being cultivated on this land, I think that's one of them herbs that grow back every year. But as a direct result of the cultivation of the soil, we have nice, good, rich, dark, organic soil for the plants to grow in. Look at that, nice and just fluffy. It's just a way to go. And as a direct result of doing it like this, we can ensure that we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about all of the poisons and stuff. I mean, they're poisoning us enough. See, I'll go ahead and clean this out. But this, I'll plant right in here. I mean, you see the hairs? I mean, all of that nutrient-rich material, the hair from the animal, yeah. I mean, all this stuff breaks down, and this is good. You see? Worms in there, they're doing their thing. You see? I mean, this is just how it's done. Plenty of worms in here. This is how we do it. This is how it's done. And this ensures. That's why I call it black gold. That's black gold right there. I put the leaves over the raised beds to mimic what it experiences on the ground. You see? So I'll go ahead and just plant right in there. Dig out a little hole just like this, right? Boom, just like that. Plant that seed right there. Boom. And surround it. What do we use for mulch? Well, it don't look like it, but this is good mulch still. You see that? For one of the tree companies. This is on the tarp. You see the tarp is underneath there, but all this is mulch that goes right over the garden. As mulch after we plant. I mean, I could just go on and on and on, but this is just good healthy soil. And the plants are going to love it. They're going to love it. But you just see how rich and fluffy this stuff is. I mean, it just don't get no better than that. And this is why the growth of a healthy flock is so important, because as a direct result of, I don't know how this door got open. Or this gate got open. But this is why it's so important to, just cultivate this dirt yourself. I know it's a fairly long video, but it's important. I know it's not a sexy thing to talk about. We're just so much wrapped up into the worldliness and the controversy that, we don't want to spend no time on the good things. But that's what I do. I spend my time on the good things, and as a direct result, the fruit shows. But y'all stay blessed. Shalom.